guys, today I'm doing another tag video that I'm really excited about, and this one is called the I Heart Drugstore Makeup Tag, and it was created by Makeup by Fran and Makeup by Ali. I think they did a really good job with this tag, and we kind of needed something like this because a lot of times drugstore products, like, while there's some great ones, there's some also that like not everyone really knows about because there's so much at the drugstore. So I think that this video is just a great way to share a lot of great stuff that you can find at the drugstore. I was tagged by Makeup by Fran and also by It's Blondie, so thank you guys so much for tagging me. And I'm gonna have the people that I tag listed below, and I tag all of you guys. This video has 8 questions, so I'll just go ahead and get started because I have a lot of stuff to talk about. Number 1 is, what is your favorite drugstore makeup brand? So mine is a tie. I really couldn't decide on one. It's a tie between Maybelline and Revlon because Revlon definitely has the best lip products of all time, drugstore or high-end in my opinion, and then Maybelline has a lot of my favorite mascaras, eyeshadows, blushes, things like that, so it's got to be a tie between the two. Number 2 is, what are your favorite face, cheek, and lip products? So I have mine all out here, and I'm going to show you guys. I have a ton to talk about. So for my face products, my favorite foundations are by Neutrogena, at least the ones that I found at the drugstore. So I have 2 to show you guys. I've talked about these both so many times. This one is the one that I currently use, and it's the Skin Clearing Oil-Free Makeup in the shade Natural Ivory. I just did a foundation routine with this. That'll probably be up before or after this video. I don't really know when. And then my other favorite is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin, and this is in the shade Classic Ivory. This is an absolutely, both of these are absolutely amazing. I would recommend this one more if you have acne prone skin. If you just have regular skin, the Neutrogena Healthy Skin is about $10 or $11, and it's probably one of the best, if not the best foundation I've ever tried. It is so, like, it is up there with the high end. It is my, I think this is probably, I don't know, I can't really decide between the two, but I think this would probably be my all-time favorite drugstore foundation. I think I'll always just repurchase this product. It is amazing if you haven't tried it. So those are some of my face products, and then I have a few more. I have a bronzer. This is my favorite drugstore bronzer. It's the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. I use this all the time. It does have some shimmer to it, but it's not like overwhelming. It just looks really pretty all over the face. It has a little like sun in it, which mine's like deformed because I've used it so much, but it comes with a mirror and it even comes with like a little brush, so I really like this bronzer. And then on to some of my favorite cheek products from the drugstore. My first favorite is the L'Oreal True Match blushes. These are a little more expensive, but they're super pigmented and you get a ton of product, as well as I think you get a little brush and mirror in these ones as well. Yeah, you do. And this is my favorite shade for like the fall time. I have 2 of these. This one's in Tender Rose, and it's just a really pretty, like, kind of basic pink color, but it has some like golden shimmer, and I just really like this. I think it's kind of like a high quality blush, and sometimes those are buy one get one half off. And then my favorite probably of all time blushes from the drugstore are the NYX cream blushes. Now you can get NYX at some drugstores, mine don't sell it, but I get it at Ulta, and it's the same price as drugstore makeup, so that's why I'm including NYX in this video. But my favorite one is the Rouge Cream Blush in Golden. These are the best cream blushes I've ever tried. Better than NARS, better than MAC. They just blend so easily and they're amazing. And then I have Glow, which is like more of a hot pink. This is more of like a summer color, but I still really like that one, so I thought I would show it. And then for my favorite lip products, they're all by Revlon. My first favorites are just in general the Revlon lip butters. You cannot go wrong. I think I have about 6, maybe 8. I love them all so much. Like, they are probably my all-time favorite lip products. They're amazing. If you haven't tried the Revlon lip butters, you are missing out. They're moisturizing, they're glossy, they give you beautiful color. There's so many shades to choose from, but I picked 2 that are more fall and winter like. This one is Candy Apple, and it's just like a red. And then this one is Berry Smoothie, and it's just like a plummy color. I just changed my setup a little bit so I was closer to this wall because it's a lot better lighting, so that's why I did that. So I left off, I think, on my favorite lip products that I was talking about. And I also have 2 from Revlon that are from the Color Stay line. They're not the lip butters, they're just the regular lipsticks. And my first one is probably my favorite lip color right now in general. It's the lip color I have on right now. I Instagrammed about it yesterday, and it is called Soft Rose. And I think this is discontinued, which is so sad to me. I think I bought it when it was actually on sale. But I know you can get this online, so I will have a link to this down in the description box because I love this color so much. And it's just this beautiful rosy color. I did a tutorial with it last year that's just so perfect for fall and I love it. So this is an amazing color if you can get your hands on that. And then another favorite is Soft Nude by Revlon, which this is like a cult favorite. It is so amazing. There's not a lot of similar lip colors to this. Like this is the only color I have that's anything similar to this, and it's just a perfect nude that doesn't make you look dead. It really gives you a nice nude color and it's creamy and pigmented. My mom is using the blender downstairs. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'm going to talk over it because it shouldn't last that long. Number 3 is least favorite product. Honestly, I looked through my entire makeup collection for this question for like 20 minutes trying to find something that I really hated and wanted to talk down on, and honestly, I couldn't find anything. I return most of the products that I just don't like and that don't work for me because I'm not going to keep it, you know? I'm really good about keeping my receipts, so I'm good about returning stuff that I don't like. I actually return a lot of things. I really just couldn't find anything. I mean, I'm sure there's things in my collection that I don't really like and I don't really use, but I didn't really find anything that I hated and I thought was a really terrible product. Even like mascara, I really like most of the drugstore mascaras that I have, and I just didn't find anything enough to like say that I really didn't like it. So sorry, I don't have an answer for this question. Number 4 is what is the best makeup bargain? So for me, definitely the best makeup bargain like brand is e.l.f. for Eyes Lips Face, which you can get at Target or you can get it online. And my favorite product from e.l.f. is their blushes. These are studio line, so most of e.l.f. products are $1, but these are $3, but that's still so great for a blush, and they're really good and they're pigmented. This first one is Fuchsia Fusion. That's kind of a tongue twister. And it's just this really pretty bright pink blush. And then this one, which I also really like, is Peachy Keen. And it's just a pretty nude. I've used this one in tutorials before. And that is what, wait, how do I show? Okay, that's what that one looks like, if you can kind of see those swatches. But these are really great. They're pretty much up to the standards of other like drugstore blushes. They're just very good and they're only $3. So even other e.l.f. products in general, that's such a good bargain. Like you can get, their eyeshadow primer is $1 and that stuff is really, really good. Like it is almost as good as Urban Decay Primer Potion in my opinion. I used to use it all the time, but then I ran out of it. And then another really great value, which Casey talked about these in her videos, are the Wet n Wild eyeshadows. I have 2 of the trios. This one is Sweet as Candy, which is like some more neutrals, and then this one is Silent Treatment, which this is also more neutrals, but it's kind of like a darker toned. And I'm going to talk about these in the question that asks about dupes, because these have some dupes for higher end shadows, but these are extremely pigmented eyeshadows. They are honestly like very high quality shadows, and I think these trios are like $3 or $4, maybe even less than that at some places. They're absolutely amazing. Like this is definitely the best eyeshadow you can get at the drugstore, is going to be Wet n Wild. Number 5 is what is your favorite underdog product? Something you love that often gets overlooked. So I have a couple. My first I already talked about is just my Neutrogena Skin Clearing Foundation, because I honestly feel like I'm one of the only people that uses this on YouTube. Maybe it's just because it's more for acne prone skin, but I honestly think this is one of the best foundations I've ever tried, as I talked about in the beginning. And it's just, I think this would work for so many people, even if you just have like a little bit of skin issues. Like it really just helps and it does not clog your pores, so it's really nice for that. So that's kind of an underrated product. I really don't hear it talked about that much, but it's amazing. And then another one that I really like is this Revlon Color Stay Smoky Shadow Stick, which I have heard a few people like Tiffany D talk about this, but it's not like a huge hyped up product, but I love this. They have other shades in these, and this is just super pigmented. This one is in Torch, I think. Yeah, Torch. And these colors are amazing. It's just so easy. Like you put this one in your crease and this one on your lid, and you can just, sometimes I just put this on. I don't know if you can see the lid color there, but this is just so natural. I'll just like roll this onto my lid and put this one on my crease. You kind of do have to use a primer because it will crease, but it's so quick and easy if you are just in a rush, and I do that all the time. Sometimes I just use this. So I think this should be more like talked about because these are really pigmented and amazing products. Number 6 is a drugstore product that is overpriced. So I found this one in my collection, and it's by Physicians Formula, and this is the Happy Booster Glow and Mood Boosting Powder in Translucent, which it doesn't make you happy. I don't even know why they say that, but it is really cute. It's not that amazing. I don't really use this very much, honestly. I got it as a gift, but I know that Physicians Formula in general is just very overpriced. Like, a lot of their products are like $15 to $20, and like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I bet this was probably like around $15. I'm not saying I know for sure, but that's almost getting up into like MAC and stuff, you know what I mean? Just for like a powder that I don't think drugstore products should be honestly above like maybe like $10 or $12 for one product. Like, even my Neutrogena foundation, that can get kind of expensive, but I mean, honestly, if you compare it to a high-end foundation, it's really not that bad. Number 7 is show your best drugstore dupes. This question took me so long. I sat on my bed for like an hour swatching lipsticks and swatching eyeshadows to try to find so many dupes. I literally had so much on my arm, but I found a bunch of dupes, especially eyeshadows. I have 2 lip product dupes that I'll go ahead and talk about. So the first one, this is MAC's Cream Sheen Lipstick in Hot Gossip, which is one of my favorite lipsticks, especially for the fall time. And I'm going to swatch these so you guys can see kind of how close they are. These are not all exact dupes, they're just very close in my opinion. And the dupe for it is one of the CoverGirl lipsticks, and this is in Coquette. And I really like this, and I didn't even notice that these were dupes for each other until I was like going through all of my stuff today. And look how close these 2 colors are. They are literally like almost the same color. Like, it would give you pretty much the exact same look on your lips. And the CoverGirl one is probably about $10 cheaper than the MAC one. So that's my first lip product dupe. And then the next one is one of my favorite lipsticks lately, which are the Tarte Glamazon lipsticks. These are like, I think $26, so that is very pricey for a lipstick, but they're amazing. This one's in Fierce, and it's like this orangey red. And the dupe is one of these NYX matte lipsticks that I just had lying around, and this is called Indie Flick. And these are, it wouldn't like look, because this one's a lot more orangey, like they would be maybe that similar. But look how similar they are. Like, this one is still a little bit more orangey than this one on my hand, but it's pretty much the same color, and it gives you such a similar look. I think these NYX matte lipsticks are like $4 to $6, and this is $26 as I said, so it's literally like the same thing. Now on to the eyeshadow dupes. So I have a lot. So my first one is a dupe for a MAC shadow, and this is Twinks. And the dupe for this is in one of my Revlon palettes, which I love these. These are the Revlon Color Stay palettes. This one is in Decadent, and it's this last color right here. So that is my first dupe. Look how similar those are. I was really proud of myself for this one. I totally didn't even know these were dupes until I like went through and found stuff like this, so I'm really glad that I did. Now, one of the Wet n Wild palettes I was talking about earlier, this one is Sweet as Candy. This one has 2 dupes for some higher end shadows that I found. So the first one is the crease color right here, and this I found is actually a really close dupe to Satin Taupe by MAC, which is one of my favorite browns of all time, and I don't even know how I didn't notice how similar they were before. And this is Satin Taupe, and I'm going to swatch them right next to each other again. Look at that. They are so close. It's literally like, I can hardly even tell a difference. So that is a really good dupe, especially considering this whole thing is probably like $3, and you can get a dupe for the MAC shadow that's like, what, like $12 for the pan, $15 for the pot. And the other dupe I found in here is the Brow Bone color, and this is really similar to one of my favorite Inglot shadows, and it's just like a whitish ivory, really light color for like the inner corners. And this is my Inglot palette, and it's really, really similar to this one. They pretty much give you the same look. I use this Inglot color. I'm wearing it right now on my inner corners. I use it all the time, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it pretty much gives you, you know, the same shimmery inner corner look. And Inglot is difficult to get, so it's really nice to have a color like that in a Wet n Wild palette. Okay guys, so I just had to switch cameras because my other one is being really weird, and it's saying that there's like no memory left on the memory card, but I deleted like everything off of it, so I don't know why. I have a couple dupes from both of the Naked palettes, so I'll start off with the original Naked palette. A dupe for Dark Horse, which is right there. I forget that this camera like actually autofocuses so I can like get close with the products. Oh my gosh, this is actually, this color is so pigmented. Look how crazy pigmented that is. The dupe for this one is from this Revlon palette, which is a different one, and this is in Delightful, and it's the bottom color right there. So with the exception of Dark Horse being a little bit more pigmented, they're pretty much the same exact color, and it's going to really give you the same kind of look. So now I have some dupes from the Naked 2 palette. Snakebite, which is this color right here. And then the dupe for that comes in this Maybelline Ice Studio Trio in Bronze Blowout, which I love this thing. It's amazing, and it's this darker color right here. This is Snakebite, and then this is the Maybelline shadow. So super, super close again. So those are all my drugstore dupes. I hope that was helpful. And last question, number 8, is drugstore product that isn't worth the hype. And for me, that is the Maybelline BB cream. And why is my lighting so bright? Oh my gosh, you can't even barely see it. But it looks like that, and I have the shade Light Sheer Tint, the lightest shade. And I bought this because I just wanted something. I heard it like had decent coverage for being a beauty balm, and it just kind of evened out your skin tone without being like heavy coverage at all, with like being really light feel. But I got it and I really don't like it. It barely does anything for me. It honestly doesn't cover anything for me, and I don't really know why people like that. Like, maybe if it actually covered a little bit, but I feel like for me, like, it almost looks the exact same when I put this on my face. So I would not recommend this unless like you literally have perfect skin. But maybe I haven't really used it that much. I probably used it like 2 or 3 times, which, I mean, that's not a lot, but I don't like it any of the times I used it, so I don't want to like use it again. So for me, that product wasn't worth it, but I know a lot of people like it, so I don't think that's worth the hype. But yeah, that is the I Heart Drugstore Makeup tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm going to tag people, as I said, in the down bar and maybe at the end of the video. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye. Do you hear that blending going on down there? I don't even know what she's making. My mom uses that blender so many times a day. Ew, this camera always makes me look shiny, like I forget. That is not cute. I bet this video is gonna end up being like 30 minutes long. This video is a hot mess. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this because it is such a hot mess. Or maybe I can just put this part in the bloopers. If you don't hear that blender right now, like, it is so loud. Like, why is my blender that loud? That is not normal. I'm just trying to talk about my Naked 2 palette, okay, Mom? This video has taken me like 3 hours because my camera keeps dying, / saying my memory cards are full. I've tried 2 different memory cards, unloading the footage. This is just not cool. I did not think this video was gonna entail so much. So I better end up uploading this because it took like 3 hours out of my day. Mother. What is she blending? Like, what could she possibly be blending down there that is taking 5 minutes long? This video is literally the biggest hot mess of a video I've done in such a long time. And I just dropped it on the floor. Alright, luckily that did not crack. This video is going to have so many bloopers.